this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Got a few stories to share with you in this very latest Moon Lambo hot jam, including this article that I missed from earlier in the month titled, XRP might be a sneaky winner in BlackRock Coinbase deal. Here's why. And they include analysis from somebody who's very respected within the XRP community on social media, specifically Twitter, who is really good at just taking a very even-keeled approach to providing analysis in terms of the specifics of what's going on within the XRP ecosystem, and he does some serious deep dives. It's Wrath of Kahneman. I've highlighted him a number of times on my channel over the years. And they talk about the idea ultimately of XRP jumping up to $32, even if it takes a little bit of time, which doesn't seem bonkers to me at all. I don't see why, and look, I'm not saying this to be hypey at all, I don't say this very frequently, and I'm not making a price prediction, but if XRP is truly adopted for the long haul, why couldn't XRP be worth well over 100 or 200 or like why not? Because look, the cryptocurrencies that are solving the biggest problems are going to have true staying power. Why wouldn't they have multi-trillion-dollar market caps? You know, you already saw Bitcoin, and this is the earliest of days in crypto. It, at its all-time high, was worth what? 1.2 or 1.3 trillion dollars? Well, it's not. Of course, you know, and that's one cryptocurrency. And obviously, we've had a huge retracement to the downside, but that's normal for crypto, so I don't see why we couldn't do it. But anyway, I want to talk about that, and I got some other stuff for you, too. But, you know, it's like XRP basically, sometimes I look at it like this, it's more like a secret winner. It's like, XRP is like the greatest secret that is sitting there in plain sight. And the only reason I even say it like that is because, like, it's right, yes, it's there in plain sight, but almost nobody sufficiently looks into it. And I don't even necessarily blame people. Like, there's 20,000 cryptocurrencies. I don't blame people a little bit because you'd think like, when you're doing research, I mean, what I did is I started at the top in terms of market cap and did research all the way down, dozens of coins. And then I found that XRP was pretty much the only one that actually did anything, you know, back in 2017 even. But I understand. There's so many coins out there, not everybody's going to even start to research it. But that's why it's like the biggest secret in crypto in plain sight. And I'm thankful that I've done my research, and I've been in this for 5 years, because or almost 5 years rather. I think it's going to be worth a fortune in the future. But look, plenty more to talk about. Before going further, I want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So again, that article talking about the idea of XRP going to $32. As I record this, it is literally 32 cents. How about that? Which is why I think it's going to be, you know, if it goes the way that we all think and hope that it will, and there's no guarantee, I always say this as a disclaimer, there's risk investing in anything, including XRP. Maybe we're wrong and it goes to zero. I just don't think that it will. But it's going to be so fun if we are right. Fast forwarding, even if it, like, just can you imagine a decade from now? Like, looking, and then so you can look at this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam, which won't be the latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam by then, and you can look back and see, we're sitting here talking about it, living through this life. In 2022, as it's 32 cents, who knows what it'll be worth by then. I'm going to hazard a guess that it's way more than this, but we'll see. So 32 cents, Bitcoin's at $20,192, market cap just over $1 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 38.49%, and crypto fear and greed index at 20 out of 100. Market participants back in extreme fear. Oh, you poor, cuddly, lovable little lemmings out there. But fear not, there's a very positive future out there, so far as I'm concerned. So this headline from CoinGab, again, XRP might be a sneaky winner in BlackRock Coinbase deal. Here's why. BlackRock Inc. entered into a partnership with Coinbase Global Inc. in a bid to provide digital asset exposure to its users. However, an expert suggests that this deal is a win-win situation for XRP, and they wrote Ripple's XRP token, but I don't want to say that. Unless you're referencing that XRP, which Ripple holds, don't call it Ripple's XRP, because it is not. Piece continues. As per Wrath of Kahneman, BlackRock joining forces with Coinbase will bring a huge amount of money to the crypto market. He mentioned that Robert Mitchnick is the head of BlackRock's digital asset division. Mitchnick is one of the two authors of the XRP model from 2017. And so I'll just pause and note, I've talked about that model a number of times over the years. It's where Robert Mitchnick and Susan Athey did their best to come up with a model for what XRP and Bitcoin could potentially be worth in the future. And the reason that this is neat, I'll just tell you right now before I even get through the rest of the article, I think it underestimates the amount of demand that will come for crypto in general, so a lot more people being in, so that drives price. It also doesn't account for use cases outside of what Ripple is doing in positioning as a bridge currency. So when they're making this estimate and they're talking about XRP at $32, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, cool, but why stop there? You know what I mean? Anyway, Kahneman highlighted that BlackRock hired Ripple executive back in 2019 to lead the division of its digital assets. In 2018, Susan Athey, a Stanford professor, and Mitchnick published a paper on the value of Bitcoin and XRP tokens. Athey is now a Ripple board member. He added that the 2018 valuations paper highlighted that if XRP proves to be successful, then it would be valued between $6.37 to $32.91. Interestingly, one of the authors is working with Coinbase while the other is on Ripple's board. Meanwhile, Coinbase delisted XRP over the legal tussle between Ripple and SRC. Yeah, well, I think that this is going to look like a blip on the radar. It seems like forever right now because we're living through it and it's been, over a year and a half, this damn lawsuit. It'll be a blip on the radar ultimately, though. I'm very optimistic for a positive outcome there. Anyway, piece continues. However, Kahneman added that there are a couple of important things that came out in the paper. It mentioned the steady state of demand. This includes the full and best case scenarios of XRP. The paper did not include sidechains or NFTs as it wasn't out by then. The most interesting part of this paper is that it forecasts a success range for around 12 years. So that year has been their consideration. So as per the valuation, XRP is expected to be to that range that I cited, roughly $6 to roughly $32 by 2030. Now, are we really going to have to wait to 2030 to see the low end of that? Because I kind of doubt it. I would really doubt that. Can you imagine from when XRP hit its all-time high in early 2018, waiting until like 2030 to see a new all-time high? I doubt that. I really doubt. Look, XRP's been moving in tandem, even if you look back from like 2014 when XRP was like half a penny and Bitcoin was a little over $300, they've actually, this is like, do the math yourself. Those are roughly the bottoms for both coins. They both had from that point roughly a 68-fold increase. I did the math the other day and I was tweeting out about it actually. So that's the reason I know it off the top of my head. Roughly a 68-fold increase. Both XRP and Bitcoin moving in tandem still. So if Bitcoin's going to keep moving up, and I suspect that it will indefinitely, why wouldn't XRP? That's all I'm saying, man. Right? So what's going to happen in the short term? Do we have positive stuff to look forward to perhaps this year? Reasonable chance. Look at this headline from the Daily Huddle. Aber CEO says it's game on for Bitcoin and crypto after Federal Reserve gives signal for great pause. Here's his timeline. And so you'll see, and I'll give you the specifics in a second here, but basically the idea behind this is that the Federal Reserve is going to change its approach in terms of how it's treating rate hikes. Because, there's been a few rate hikes this year already to basically to tamp down inflation. That's the attempt, and it will work. It just takes time. Look, basically, the higher the interest rate, obviously, you're discouraging investment from individuals and businesses. You're not going to take out loans to go do stuff the higher the interest rate is, right? That's the concept. So anyway, piece reads as follows. Despite the downward price action this week, the CEO of crypto wealth management platform Abra thinks macroeconomic forces could soon drive bullish price action for crypto. Bill Barheit says in a new interview with Thinking Crypto that the Purchasing Managers Index, or PMI, indicates the U.S. has been in a recession or is about to enter one. Yeah, I'll argue that pretty damn clear we're in it right now. The PMI is an economic indicator that aims to show the health of the manufacturing and service sectors. Now, Barheit says he personally believes the economy has been in a recession for a quarter and a half. And here's a quote from him. I think this recession will go on probably until the end of the year. You'll basically see the great pause from the Fed. What is the great pause? That's when you'll hear something to the effect of, it's fantastic to see that these dramatic rate increases that we've done have had the intended effect of slowing price inflation, blah, 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 blah. Congratulate ourselves, blah, blah. Congratulate ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Just pause here. I'm not adding in the blah, blahs. That's literally what he said. It's fun to say that, blah, blah, blah. I like to quote people saying blah, blah, blah. That's a good time. Anyway, that reminds me of Bob Loblaw. Sorry. Anybody fans of Arrested Development out there? Bob Loblaw. And then you say it fast, it sounds like blah, 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 blah. No, anybody? Okay, anyway. I love that show. Anyway, the quote continues, which actually in English means we're in a recession now, and because the barometers that most of us use to figure that out are ununderstandable to Joe Public, I don't have to say that, but we're actually in a recession, so we're going to stop those dramatic rate increases and wait and see what happens, which means we don't know what the F to do, but we're in a recession, end quote. So look, I don't know if that's going to happen. We're actually going to pause rate hikes. I don't pretend to know. I mean, until inflation is sufficiently tamped down, I don't know how you do that. And even when you do get the rate down, the prices are still inflated. Like, people are still living this life where, in terms of real wage growth, it's certainly outpaced by inflation. So you're still living a harder life, even if you have what would normally be reasonable wages. Inflation is so high that your purchasing power is less. So you're basically losing purchasing power. So we'll see. But either way, look, the reason this matters is because, as I frequently say, the crypto asset class moves in tandem with stocks, and XRP moves in tandem with Bitcoin, which leads the crypto market. So pay attention to this stuff. It's important. I'll go ahead and wrap up here, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. When I don't hear from you, I wonder if you don't care about me anymore, and I miss you. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.